Hello, hello, good evening. This is Heather here, and this is your 7 p.m. Yin Yoga. It's rainy here in Austin. If you're somewhere for tonight's practice, and if you're practicing with me for the first time, welcome. Practicing with me for who knows what number of times, whether that's live or from a recording. Well, so happy to practice with you tonight. If you do have any requests, feel free to type them in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to focus on hips, hamstrings, and quads. So, it'll be full body embracing the lower body today. And feel free to type in the chat if there's anything else you'd like some extra attention on, or say hi to let me know you're here. I'll just give it a moment. And I do recommend props to 1 to 2 bolsters or pillows, a blanket, maybe a cushion, and 2 blocks are a nice option. Towels or sweatshirts, soft clothing can be nice to improv with. And take a moment to get yourself gathered and set up. I don't see any requests tonight, so we'll go ahead and just get started on our backs. So making your way down to your back. We'll send the feet out wide, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. And bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Option to slide a blanket, a block, or a pillow under your feet. Maybe some pillows under the knees or a block under each side. Or stay just as you are. And settling in, getting out any last wiggles. Feel your body land. Just noticing the sensation of any textures making contact with your skin. Weight of your body against those surfaces. Drawing the attention inward, feeling a sense of breath move through the body. Feeling the rise and fall of the inhales under one palm. And the rise and fall of the belly under the other palm. And gently taking a deep breath in, fill up. And a deep clearing exhale. And just witnessing if you're holding your breath or is it moving smoothly. We'll slow the breath down, beginning on your next inhale, inhaling for a 6 count for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once more, inhaling, fill up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This 6 count breath is available to you throughout the entire practice if you feel the mind wanders. Keeping our attention on the breath in the moment and resetting it as we need. If you notice at any time throughout your practice that you hold the breath or it becomes difficult to breathe, it is a sign to back off of the depth or the angle of a posture. And as we hold this posture, you may notice at the opening of the outer hips, sensation in the inner thigh, being aware of our knees. If there's any discomfort in the knees, you can send the heels further away from you. And relaxing the hands. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the jaw. Feeling the heartbeat under one palm, rise and fall, the belly under the other. Witnessing the body begin to soften. And slowly, we'll shut our knees like a book. You can kind of wiggle to one side or the other, sending one knee up, and then windshield wiper the legs left and right. Slow and controlled here. And gently, when the left knee's down and the right knee's up, we'll hook the left leg over the right thigh, let the left knee fall away from you, and then glide the right heel towards your glute. You're welcome to stay here or at a wall. So at a wall, you'll just, if you're maybe at a chair, you can do that too. Rest your calf on top of the seat of the chair or have your foot against the wall. And the closer you scoot to the wall, the more sensation you might feel, the deeper the deeper the fold is here. So you'll have the calf that's lifted closer to your chest. You're seeing the left knee fall away from you. You may flex your toes and then relax them. Feeling the left knee fall away from you, yet the calf coming closer into the chest. Relaxing your hands. And just being, breathing. Keeping the jaw soft. And just allowing yourself to witness anything that comes up, emotions or thoughts, anything still lingering from the day. Let it surface, notice it, and just witness if you're chasing any thoughts or if you can let them pass. Notice when they leave the mind. And then draw the attention back to the breath. Witnessing sensation in the body, witnessing our thoughts, our reactions, and witnessing the breath. Coming back to those three things. Without force, just noticing. Feeling nice and grounded, anchored, and feeling a and release. Noticing how are you experiencing silence tonight? If there's a sense of urgency or a sense of comfort, and just to have that reaction without judgment, witnessing how it changes day to day or moment to moment. Slowly we'll side. So whether you had the feet on the ground, the wall, you'll switch sides. Right foot comes up over the left thigh. Then you might find yourself closer or further away from the wall. If you're on the ground, just how far that right knee relaxes forward. So either way, placing the right knee away from you, feeling that release in the hip, being mindful and aware of the knee. So no discomfort in your knee. You can wiggle that left foot forward or back until you feel good and comfortable in your low back, where you can be still and feel the hip release, the glute release. Notice if you're clenching or gripping anywhere and allow yourself to let go, soften. We aren't forcing any sensations, saying, trusting the body when to lean in and when to back off, keeping the breath a natural, steady breath before the depth of any posture. Witnessing the different side to side, not wishing for anything to be different, observing, being grateful for the abilities of our body and all it does for us. Slowly lower the right foot down from the left thigh. You can walk the legs down the wall, scoot away from it. Windshield wiper the legs left and right a few times. It out. And when the legs fall to the left, keep them there. So left knee down. You might put a blanket under the left knee. And then we'll walk the right foot out a little further to the right. Right knee fall down. Hook the left foot just above your right knee. You can keep wiggling the right foot away from you. The right knee might fall somewhere in the center of your mat. Maybe it hovers, and you'll feel a nice quad release here. So the weight of your foot help to relax the stretch, release the quad. And you're welcome to also slide the blanket under the right knee if you need a little cushioning, or maybe you take an actual cushion, just depending on the height that you'd like. And you could even have a block under the other knee. Sense of gravity is distracting, or you feel yourself resisting. The props can help to relax you, ease you into it, and then maybe you take them away. So find out With experimentation, if you'd like to add on or take away, relaxing into it, feeling the right psoas and quad releasing, relaxing your hands wherever feels comfortable. The foot might slide a little bit, that's okay. Allow your feet to relax. You might have a squeezing sensation. Really letting gravity do the work here. You may even feel a release in your core, the hip flexors. And if the foot is sliding a lot, you can always hold it with your hand or just put a blanket on top of it, just a nice anchor. But noticing if it's the material that you're wearing that's causing any sliding, or is the uncomfortable, just noticing how can you be that extra more comfortable here, letting any adjustments be deliberate. And a little bit of weight over the quad eventually can feel nice. So letting it start with that weight, then adding on once you feel it's happening. Relaxing anywhere that you feel that tension up, noticing if you can soften. And maybe you don't notice anything as you are. Slowly, when you're ready, you'll pop that left knee in the air, the right foot towards the center of your space to do so. So maybe the right knee comes up and the left knee comes up with it. You can windshield wiper the legs with that figure four. And then eventually lower the left leg, windshield wiper between. And then setting up for the other side. When the legs fall to the right, you'll wiggle the left foot your left. So left knee comes down somewhere near the center of your mat. Hook your right foot just above your left knee. Feel the weight of your foot releasing the quad, and then maybe you further wiggle the foot away from you or back in towards your center of your mat. Feeling that left hip flex, quad release. And again, you can always hold your foot with your hand higher and then release it just to bring it up higher. Maybe a blanket under the knee, maybe under both knees. Just going on with makes sense on this side for you, feeling out where can you feel more supported, noticing any resistance. And that could just be wiggling the foot in closer to the right or away from you, relaxing your hands, letting gravity take over, letting this be progressive, not worried about each side looking the same, just honoring where we are, enjoying the journey. And enjoying the parts that aren't so easy to. It's all interconnected. Noticing how we meet resistance, drawing our attention back to our breath. And slowly, you'll wiggle the left foot either way or closer in, and let the right knee come up, and then the left knee. With your windshield wiper the legs in the figure four shape to the left, and then coming back up over the right foot, windshield wiper both legs, left and right, a couple times to the depth of your comfort. And slowly draw your knees into your chest just for a moment here. Rising the spine, wrap your forearms around your shin. And just position here. Bring your hands around the outside of your feet. Make a happy baby. Open the knees up wide, knees to your armpits. Further rock side to side on the low back if you like. When you feel ready, put your knees like a book, lower the feet down, and we'll roll over onto one side and gently press yourself up with your hands. So sitting upright, taking your time to come up, gently send the left leg long and the right foot to your left inner thigh. You can find a deep bend in the knees here, maybe a blanket or a pillow under the left knee. So I'm using the left leg to fold over, and up to you if you want a deep bend in the knee or the leg flat to the ground. We're going to inch up, exhale, twist, fold over your length. So here, your forehead can come to your knee, hands maybe around your foot or your calf, or palms back under your calf. And the right knee stays grounded. So if you need to keep a deep in the knee, maybe your forehead rests on your knee nice and high. Then over time, you can slowly straighten the leg, pressing your heel away from you. It's okay to have a round spine here. Feeling the low back release and the hamstring release. And if you have a flat spine, you're going to feel a different sensation across the back. Finding that you can be and breathe without fighting it. Maybe a pillow on top of the leg, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing. Releasing that low back. Natural curve of the spine. Compression happening if the spine is, and if the back is flat, maybe you feel more a linear release. And if you feel any sensation in the hand, ensuring that you don't feel any discomfort in the knee. If you feel discomfort in the knee, you might find a deeper bend in the knee, preventing hyperextension. So just reflecting over this holiday weekend we just had, a 4th of July weekend, in Austin, for anyone who's here in Central Texas, it rained on the 4th of July. It usually rains the day before, the day of, every year. But what I about it, these shapes we make today, I think of the same thing. We're just watering our ground, preparing our body for that extra bit of nourishment and protection for whatever is to come. So, building flexibility, mobility, and just releasing tension, letting things go, letting this be a way of watering our ground. And that internal knowledge as well. The body just knows what you need, listening to that. Slowly roll on up, let your head come up last. You can take a little twist over the bent knee. And we won't hold it very long, but if you want a little transition, left palm to your right thigh, reach your right hand overhead, just a nice side stretch in between. And if you want, you can capture your foot here as well, draw your heart forward. Linger here as long as you want, and when you're ready, you'll come upright. And slowly we'll send the right leg out to the side, left foot to your right inner thigh. There's a blanket under your knee or your knees grounded. Maybe the right knee, ideally this leg is grounded. Right knee might be bent deep with space for your head to rest on, or maybe the leg comes flat to the ground or somewhere in between. Welcome to put your hands under your calf, or blanket, pillow under that right knee. We'll inhale, reach up, exhale, twist, and then fold over that lengthened leg. So here, forehead to your knee, or maybe your chest to your thigh, maybe a pillow or a bolster on top of the thigh. Maybe this side is different. So you can always bring props closer to you. Maybe you stay more right if folding doesn't feel good to you. Really listening to the body. And on your way down, if you want that spine, a little more compression, relaxing your shoulders, or more heart forward and down with a flat back. So either way, you feel low back release and the hamstring release. And you have to excuse my movement. My AirPod fell out. So any movement you make, just let it be either deliberate or a natural reaction. Settling depth of your comfort. Letting go of it. Just noticing the difference side to side. Maybe you use the 6 count breath to reground yourself here. Noticing if you're wandering or if your breath has kept you in the present. So noticing if the mind has wandered far, far away. Dropping back to the breath. Slowly we'll roll on up one vertebrae at a time. On your way up, find that little twist over the bent knee if you want it. And if you want it, right palm to your left thigh, reach your left arm overhead, reach towards your foot. Maybe capture your foot. If you capture your foot, heart forward, shoulders back. And breathing here. If you are wanting to stay here, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, gently unravel. And here we'll leg out wide. for wide, it's a straddle, so similar to a wide leg forward fold. You're welcome to stay upright or fold forward with a deep bend in the knees or knees somewhere in between. Slice option here to support the forward tilt of the pelvis if you have that is to sit on top of a blanket or a pillow, just a little action to help neutralize your pelvis and help with that forward movement. So here you might want a cushion in front of you or maybe something under as well. And if anything's under the knees, ensure it's of the same height. We'll inhale, reach up, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, fold with a flat back. Make your way down. So here, fingertips come down first, and you'll draw the heart forward. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. So discovering on your way down how much support would you like underneath you. And there's no such thing as too many props here. So setting yourself. If you're not using any props today, a nice can be to come to your elbows, relax your forehead on top of interlaced hands like a little shelf. And if that's not accessible or comfortable, you can always just draw your chin into your chest and relax your hands on top of your calves or even under the calves, relaxing the shoulders. So find a place where you can be and breathe. Letting go of attachment, of outcome, letting go of any place that you're clenching, and just relaxing into it. Wherever you are, take a deep inhale, fill up. Deep exhale. Staying with slowly inhaling, roll on up. And head comes up last. And we're going to take a dragon pose. So here, hamstrings, hips, quads are warmed up. We're going to go a little deeper into our hamstrings. And you might take 1 to 2 pillows or cushions, stack them. And you can do this a couple ways. So we'll bring the right foot forward, and your hands are going to be under your shoulders. You might step the foot out a little wider outside of your mat, but your right hand underneath your shoulder, and your right knee into the shoulder, shoulder into the knee, and then the back knee is grounded. You can put a blanket under there if you feel any tenderness, and you can even slide that back leg a little bit further back if you want more psoas release, hamstring release on the right side, quad release on the left side. And option 2, again, slide that knee further back or keep it under your hip, and forearms can come to the ground. Maybe you have 2 pillows, so you have something under the head and the chest, stacking as many things as you need so you can feel supported and grounded. And if you're not using any pillows or props, a nice option can be, again, to just come down, forearms and elbows, relax your forehead on your interlaced hands if you like. Or maybe draw your chin into your chest and just relax your neck here. So finding a place where you can be comfortable. Resetting it up if you tried all the variations and like one more than the other. Maybe relax one ear down, releasing the neck as well. Just really relaxing into it as much as you can. I mean, moving a few here and there. Keeping a soft jaw. This is where a lot of clenching can happen. Slowly press yourself up. You can send that right hip back, straighten the right leg, forward and back a few times. And switch sides, so stepping the right leg back, right knee down, hands under your shoulders. Step your left foot outside of your left hand, and you might wiggle that foot to the outer edge of your mat. Give yourself a little more space here. And then to come down to prone. So finding on this side if you'd like to be more upright or just down under maybe something under the head or under the torso. Option to slide that back leg further back. I'm just scooting up to give back leg a little more space. So the right psoas and hip flexor can get a little deeper stretch here if you slide the leg back. Being mindful of pressure on your knee, of course. Feeling that left hamstring, hip release, glute release. Just relax a bit. So more hamstring focus on the left side. Keep that right knee under the right hip, and then otherwise slide it on back to get deeper into the psoas, finding whatever feels good to you on this side. Slowly pressing yourself upright in your hands. Find a little motion if you like in that left leg, straightening and bending a few times. And then when you're ready, we'll step that left leg back to meet the right. So knees come out wide for wide leg child's toes touch. And the palms forward. You might find a pillow or bolster under the head and the heart. Maybe even under the arms if you want to put something wide with you. Or finding the head and the heart on the head on the ground. The crown of the head reach to the top of your space and pressing back, so feeling the tailbone reach behind you. Nice resting place. Relaxing the hands a little more. Reconnecting with your breath. Slowly press yourself up or stay there if you want more time there. We'll make our way to our final resting shapes. If I'm in the wide leg child's pose, take that time, then transition to a shape of your choosing where you can be still comfortable for an extended period of time. If you're moving on to that final resting shape now, some nice options can be come to the back, take a traditional Shavasana corpse pose. Legs long and arms long at your side. Maybe you send the feet together out wide like we did, further bending the hips, or maybe roll, put it under the knees, adding on props. Maybe you come to a comfortable seat sitting upright if you want something more awakening, or take your legs up the wall. So traditional Shavasana with props on the floor, nice and low to the ground. Really no right or wrong here as long as you feel you can be comfortable and still and that it feels safe in your body. So I'm just going to bring a blanket under my knees and a bolster up to my low back and coming down on top of the bolster, just back hip opener and a heart opener. A little bit of elevation, not too far off the ground. And if you want to go higher, you're always welcome to. I'm just staying anchored tonight. So needing any props that are calling to you, adding on, or maybe taking away, and just settling into that chosen shape. Letting the eyelids fall heavy. And feeling the shoulders relax, hands relax. Noticing if you're clenching anywhere and visualize the breath moving to those spaces. Taking any breath you've taken in all day, inhaling, fill up. And exhaling, let it go. Relaxing into your shape here. And feeling as though the shape you've taken is a form of a natural element. Maybe you are held up by sand and the imprint becomes more clear and clear the longer you hold it. Or maybe you feel lighter. The silhouette of your shape that you're in forms in light. And so, whatever sensation you feel, gravitated towards lightness or heaviness, just honoring that and feeling evolve. These next few minutes are yours in silence. Voice will gently guide you out. Please enjoy your active rest. Shavasana. And slowly, if you are ready to move on with your night, wiggles in your fingers and wiggles in your toes. If you'd like to stay resting, stay just as you are. If you're moving on and it's safe in the shape you've chosen, rock your head side to side. And just roll to one side if you're moving on. Rolling to any side, using your arm as a pillow, finding a deep bend in the knees, and maybe an up. Feeling this transitional shape, half of the body grounded and the other half skyward. We find ourselves between rest and wake, coming into this symbol as a shape or a symbol of rebirth from our practice into our day. Allow yourself to feel held and supported. You're welcome to stay here on your side. Truly ready to move on. Begin to press yourself with hands, coming to a comfortable seat, giving yourself time to land, and arriving in that comfortable seat, just noticing a change of sensation from beginning a practice to now. Witnessing sensation in the body, the face, and the breath. Take a deep inhale, fill up, and a deep clearing exhale. Inhale, send hands up overhead, reach for what you want. Exhale, hands to heart center, thumbs into your sternum, pulling in what you're calling in to your heart space. I invite you to reflect on calling in, reflect on anything that came up in practice, and add on any thoughts or intentions you'd like to carry with your dreams. Taking a moment. Wrapping up our thoughts. And slowly, one more deep inhale, fill up. And last exhale. Thank you for sharing your practice with me, showing up for yourselves. Yinners, runners, together we bow. Namaste. Letting yourselves have a beautiful night. May it be with you through the night into your next day. If you're still around and want to say hi, feel free to type in the chat. Otherwise, have a beautiful night.